Japan has a pretty colorful history and a very rich culture. Swordsmithing is just one of many fascinating traditions perfected by the Japanese people, but in this video we'll focus on that one. So who were, in my opinion, the most intriguing Japanese swordsmiths, makers of Nihonto in history? Find out in this video. Stay tuned. Number 1. Amakuni Yasutsuna. This legendary swordsmith is believed to have created the very first ever single-edged longsword, or tachi, with curvature along the edge in the Yamato province around the year 700. He was the head of the group of swordmakers making swords for the emperor's warriors. He had a son, Amakura, who was the successor of his work. One day, he received heavy criticism for his blades breaking during the fight due to extreme conditions, and he made a vow with his son that they wouldn't leave the forge until they created the perfect blade. And they did. Unfortunately, there are little to none modern examples of signed works by Amakuni, but the legend says he is the maker of the mysterious double-edged katana, Kogara Sumaru. It is not known when Amakuni died, though legend has it that he gained immortality from the large amount of blood shed from the blades he created. Yikes. Number 2. Goro Nyudo Masamune. This medieval blacksmith was widely acclaimed as Japan's greatest swordsmith. He created swords and daggers known in Japanese as tachi and tanto. No exact dates are known for Masamune's life. It is generally agreed that he made most of his swords between 1288 and 1328. Some stories list his family name as Okazaki, but experts believe this is a fabrication to enhance the standing of the Tokugawa family. Masamune is said to have been active in the Sagami province during the Kamakura period. Legend says he was trained by master smiths from Bizen and Yamashiro provinces, such as Saburo Kunimune, Awataguchi Kunitsuna, and Shintogo Kunimitsu, the famous tanto maker. An award for swordsmithing called the Masamune Prize is awarded at a Japanese sword-making competition today. Also, Masamune is believed to be the creator of the legendary Honcho Masamune. There's a whole other video about that on my channel. Number 3. Hikoshiro Sadamune. He was also called Soshu Sadamune, and he was a master swordsmith from Soshu School, originally from Goshu, also known as Omi Province. Their works are considered to be some of the best blades ever made. After leaving Goshu province to go to what is now Kanagawa prefecture, he became the student of Masamune, somewhere around the Namboku-cho period. As a mark of his completion of his teacher's training, he inherited the Mune part of his name Sadamune from Masamune. His works were regarded to be of the same level as his master's. Number 4. Mori Nagayoshi. He was a samurai officer under the Oda clan following Japan's 16th century Sengoku period. He was also the older brother of the famous Mori Ranmaru. Nagayoshi was a fierce warrior and was known to have such a bad temper in battle that he came to be known as the Devil. Not much is known about his sword making, but he is said to have created some of the strongest blades ever because he worked at a higher temperature than anyone else. Nagayoshi's efforts for Toyotomi Hideyoshi during the difficult battle of Komaki and Nagakute ultimately took his life. Number 5. Sengo Muramasa. He was a famous swordsmith who founded the Muramasa school and lived during the Muromachi period in Kuwana, Ise Province. At first, his blades were considered to be the finest, favored by the shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu, but later they actually became a symbol of the anti-Tokugawa movement. In the popular culture, his swords are even regarded as yoto, or wicked katana. Muramasa swords were especially favored by the samurai of Mikawa. The swords being cursed probably comes from numerous instances of them being involved in all sorts of, well, incidents. Matsudaira Kiyoyasu, a grandfather of Ieyasu, was mistakenly killed by his own vassal Abe Masatoyo with a Muramasa. Ieyasu's father Matsudaira Hirodata was also stabbed with a Muramasa by Iwamatsu Hachiya, who lost his mind by excessive drinking. When Ieyasu's first son Matsudaira Nobuyasu was forced to commit suicide or seppuku, his beheader Amagata Michitsuna used, you guessed it, a Muramasa. In spite of these unfortunate incidents, Tokugawa Ieyasu and his generation held the Muramasa swords in highest esteem. Later generations in the shogunate, however, gradually came to think of Muramasa as sinister items. When I imagine all those swordsmiths forging their souls into the blades, I can't have anything else but the utmost respect for them and their crafts. Which one is your favorite? Is there a swordsmith you'd like to see a separate video about? Let me know in the comments below. Also, you can now join my Discord server, I'll put the link in the description below, and of course consider subscribing to my channel, Forum Feast. Until next time, goodbye.